Right now, the Packers are in Kansas City this afternoon taking on the Chiefs. We'll get you ready with what you need to know this morning. Good morning and welcome to News 3 Now this morning. All right, Julian, how are things looking outside besides that beautiful sunrise?
Besides the beautiful sunrise, things are looking pretty good, McKenna, as we're starting things off. But we have to talk about the beautiful sunrise first, because that's the first thing we're seeing. Look at the sun starting to peak up, as we do have a little bit of cloud cover hanging into our skies for right now. But in terms of our current conditions, as I mentioned, it's looking pretty good for us as we take a look. Right now, 40 degrees, looking real mild as a comparison of this time of year. We're supposed to be into the lower 30s into November. But those temperatures in southern Wisconsin, a few areas are onto the chillier side, with Lone Rock and Basketball both at 32 apiece. We are still seeing those lower 40s, however, with Platteville at 40 degrees right now and Janesville at 39. So we're feeling pretty good as we're waking up this morning. It's just going to get better as we get into the afternoon. Now, in terms of wind speeds, not too bad either. However, Monroe's on a little bit of the breezy side with 10 miles per hour winds. We're looking at single-digit wind speeds as of right now for much of us in southern Wisconsin, and even some calm winds. But in terms of the running forecast, for those who want to get active for today and definitely take advantage of outdoor activities, it's going to be good all across the board throughout the morning, afternoon, and evening. Even though we are seeing that sunset a little earlier, temperatures are going to be very comfortable throughout the course of our afternoon, because today our high is going to be 64 degrees. We're going to be seeing variable cloudiness, but the mild conditions will be sticking around, which is the good thing. But the one thing we're going to be keeping our eye on is not just the good conditions for the rest of this weekend, but for next week, we're looking at changes of some unsettled weather to start to roll in for us. We're going to be talking more about that in a few moments, but until then, let's toss it back to you, McKenna.
All right, thanks, Julian. Wisconsin football absolutely dominated Rodgers, putting up 52 points on the Scarlet Knights. The nation's best defense did its job, holding Rodgers to just 3, and now Wisconsin is bowl eligible for the 20th straight season, the nation's third longest active streak. Graham Mertz had 3 touchdowns, and freshman Braylon Allen racked up 100 yards for his 5th straight game. One more 100-yard game, and he'll tie the team record for freshmen. This 52-3 victory over Rodgers puts Wisconsin's win streak at 5 games. They'll take on Northwestern at home next Saturday. That game kicks off at 11. And a quarterback, Jordan Love, is set to make his first start this afternoon against the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, this comes after Aaron Rodgers' COVID debacle. Jordan Love won't be without weapons this week, though. Devontae Adams, Allen Lazard, and Marquez Valdes-Scantling all make their return. MVS was on IR while Adams and Lazard missed the last game due to COVID protocols. The Chiefs have struggled this year, but Patrick Mahomes is the highest paid player in the league for a reason. Kickoff is at 3:25 on Fox. And the fallout continues from the Aaron Rodgers interview Friday on the Pat McAfee Show. We learned Saturday Prevea Health is cutting ties with the MVP quarterback after 9 years as a spokesperson. Now, in a statement this afternoon, Prevea says it's committed to protecting everyone during the pandemic and helping everyone get vaccinated against COVID-19. Rodgers' interview was his first time speaking publicly since testing positive for COVID. He attempted to explain his reasons for not getting the vaccine and claimed he didn't lie when he said in August he was immunized. Rodgers also complained of a witch hunt to find people who are unvaccinated. A federal appeals court is temporarily halting President Biden's vaccine requirement for businesses with at least 100 workers. The circuit court granted an emergency stay of the requirement Saturday. Under that order, workers have to be vaccinated by January 4th, or they'll face a mask requirement and a weekly COVID test. Vaccine appointments for children under 12 are filling up fast, with many families taking advantage of the weekend to get it done. In just 6 hours, Group Health Cooperative vaccinated 500 newly eligible children yesterday, with plans to vaccinate 1,000 more in the next 2 weeks. Organizers say they've gotten great feedback from kids who are excited, to get back to normal.
I've seen tears of joy, I've seen high-fiving, I've seen so much positivity from the parents here today that they just could not wait to come in and get this milestone taken care of.
Organizers also say with the holidays around the corner, families are especially eager to get everyone a shot. If you want to get your kids vaccinated before Christmas Day, that deadline to get the first shot is November 19th. Now, getting shots can be scary for kids. That's why vaccinators are trying to make many of these clinics kid-friendly. Christina Laurie explains how parents can help prepare them for their vaccine appointment.
Calling them side effects is kind of a scary term, I think, to begin with. These are things that happen when you have an immune reaction.
Like adults, some kids will get a headache, sore arm, fever, and body aches after receiving their COVID-19 vaccines. But UW Health Dr. William Hartman says parents should prepare all kids for their bodies to react that way and reminds them
Immunity is kind of your superpower. It's your ability to fight off any virus that you see. In this case, the coronavirus.
Still, it's ultimately not up to kids whether or not they get vaccinated. And Dr. Hartman is doing his part to share information with parents, like Pfizer data proving the vaccine is more than 90% effective at preventing symptomatic infections in kids, and hospital data showing children currently make up a quarter of all weekly cases.
This is your ability to, with your own body, fight off the very bad things that can happen from getting this infection.
He's hopeful the vaccine will give the country's 28 million kids that boost, while in the meantime asking parents to give their own children reassurance. The shot and its side effects shouldn't be scary.
It should just be understood that's because your body's doing exactly what it's supposed to do.
In Madison, Christina Laurie, News 3 Now.
We're making it easy for you to book a vaccine appointment for your child. We have a list of places to get a shot on our Channel 3000 News app. It's free and available in the App Store. Up next, the second half of that story from earlier this morning. And here's a live look outside. Julian is tracking your Sunday morning forecast next.
The holidays are doubly important this year, so make your celebrations doubly special with our award-winning cave-aged Maurice cheese. Pick and save. Hey, you're right, we can't stop now. Let's take the special up a level with fresh, never frozen prime beef. Still not special enough? Add some surf to that turf with our sustainably caught seafood. Turn your taste buds up to 11 and have a doubly special holiday with Pick and Save. Fresh for everyone.
Is your credit score getting in the way of things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit help you borrow up to $10,000. So check your eligibility on netcredit.com today without affecting your credit score. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
If you're an adult newly diagnosed with non-small cell lung cancer that's spread and tests positive for PD-L1 without an abnormal EGFR or ALK gene, your first option could be a chemo-free combo that works differently. Opdivo plus Yervoy equals a chance for more nights to remember, more days to savor, a chance to live longer. Opdivo and Yervoy can cause your immune system to harm healthy parts of your body during and after treatment. These problems can be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have a cough, chest pain, shortness of breath, irregular heartbeat, diarrhea, constipation, severe stomach pain, nausea or vomiting, dizziness, fainting, eye problems, extreme tiredness, changes in appetite, thirst or urine, rash, itching, confusion, memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, joint pain, flushing or fever. These are not all the possible side effects. Problems can occur together and more often when Opdivo is used with Yervoy. Tell your doctor about all medical conditions, including immune or nervous system problems, if you've had or plan to have an organ or stem cell transplant or received chest radiation. A chance to live longer. Ask your doctor about a chemo-free combo, Opdivo plus Yervoy.
Does your plug-in fade too fast? Try Febreze Fade to Fi plug. It has built-in technology to digitally control how much scent is released to smell first day fresh for 50 days. La 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 la.
Frequent heartburn? Not anymore. The Prilosec OTC 2-week challenge is helping people love what they love again. Just one pill a day, 24 hours, zero heartburn. Because life starts when heartburn stops. Take the challenge at PrilosecOTC.com.
When searching for your dream home, it's important to figure out what style of home you like. Victorian, cottage, Tudor. It's also important to protect your home and all the dreams that come with it. When looking for your dream home, keep in mind good things come in pairs, like dual sinks, Jonathan and me. And pairing your home and auto insurance, which can get you one step closer to achieving your dream. Pretty sure people call it bundling. Bundle your home and auto insurance and save up to 28%. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance.
Sometimes family is the one you make. Where there's love, there's family. Ritz, a taste of welcome.
And a beautiful Sunday is what is in store for us as we're waking up right now with 40 degrees here in Madison. We are having some cloud cover, but at least we can see that beautiful sunrise, which is directly to my back left as of right now. Conditions are pretty perfect as we're talking for our Sunday and our 7th day into November. So as we're heading out the door, you might not need a light jacket as we get into the afternoon, but just for the early start, maybe just want to throw it on. But a long sleeve is probably all you're going to need for right now, and sunglasses are definitely going to be required as well, because even though it is going to be on the cloudier side, we still have those rays of sun still trying to leak through. As we approach the afternoon, what we're going to start to see is temperatures will be very comfortable. We've been talking about it all day, and we talked about it yesterday as well. Temperatures this weekend are going to be fantastic. Definitely soak it in, as we're going to be looking at this weekend to be the last time we have 60s. Now, as we take a look at our surface map, the one thing is we are going to be dry thanks to this high pressure. However, we are going to be keeping an eye on this system that is over into the west, which is bringing a bit of that precipitation to Montana as of right now. It's going to start to sweep its way across the U.S., which is going to shake things up for us as we get into the later part of next week. But for right now, enjoy the dry conditions for us. Enjoy just a little bit of cloud cover and quiet conditions as well. But temperatures will be into those lower to middle 60s as we approach the afternoon hours. We're going to hold on to that for a little while as well. Then, of course, since we have an earlier sunrise, temperatures will start to dwindle as we get into the early part of this evening. But at least we're not going to be seeing too much of cloud cover as we hang into going into the nightly hours, and transitioning into Monday is going to be very similar to what it was for today. However, one thing that we are going to be keeping an eye on is our forecast breakdowns. That yes, right now we're looking at mild temperatures. We're in the 60s. It's quiet. It's cloudy. However, we're going to be dry through Tuesday. Then what we're going to be watching for is the unsettled weather that's going to be coming in. This is colder air. We're going to start off cool, then it's going to go cold, and then we're going to be seeing rain and wintry mix with that unsettled weather as well. So here's where we're going to be breaking it down. Monday, Tuesday, going to be quiet for the most part. However, Tuesday afternoon, we have a chance of seeing some rain showers starting to roll into southern Wisconsin. Wednesday, we're also going to be looking at some rain, and some rain will carry into our Thursday as well, pretty much blanketing much of Wisconsin. And then we're going to be looking at those mixtures starting to come into the overnight hours, transitioning into our Friday, and then Saturday. Once again, we can see those mixtures starting to move its way south into southern Wisconsin, where we're going to be looking at flakes and even rain. So it's going to be a bit of a wet and messy next few days of that late part of next week. And that's where we're looking at the precipitation really to take hold, especially for Thursday, as we take a look for the next 10 days. Now, as we see, however, we are looking for a messy next few days after our Tuesday. But until then, enjoy these 60s. We're looking at 64 degrees, 63, and then the 50s will come in. So we're going to be into a nice cool trend, and then the temperatures are going to be going back into more seasonable, which is a bit cooler, and those 30s are going to be coming in as well. So, McKenna?
You know, honestly, I'm sure everyone's enjoying the 60s. I'm going to enjoy it as much as I can, but I'm kind of ready for the 30s. I know we were talking yesterday.
Really?
We were saying yesterday that it feels like I can't decorate for the holidays yet because it smells like fall.
Yeah.
Feels like fall. Once there's a little bit of a chill in the air, then I feel like it's appropriate to put up a Christmas tree. Right now, it's trying too hard.
Yeah, you're right. I guess it is still just pumpkin season instead of, you know, the deck the halls type of season.
It's pumpkin season for one more weekend, and then it's time to deck the halls.
Yeah, all right, fair enough. So we just got to hold on for one more weekend then.
I can do that. Thanks, Jillian. Well, earlier we showed you how Madison's Grace Coffee Company made headlines for racking up nearly a dozen public health violations at several of its stores. And we've been looking closer at local health inspections during the pandemic, and like many operations, routine public health checks were suspended for months while workers focused solely on COVID. Christina Laurie talked to a local business that's turning to a third party to make sure health criteria are being met.
I think it's always been important, right?
Clorox wipes and frequent hand washing have always had a place inside Tim Metcalf's stores.
Because people were actually choosing stores because of that.
Now they're his #1 priority. The local grocer works with a private testing company year-round to ensure his standards are high enough.
So that when public health does come in, it's not, an oh my God type of thing.
To pass any inspection.
We really probably haven't seen them as much during COVID.
Tim's right. Like many operations, Public Health Madison and Dane County has been stretched thin during the pandemic.
So there was a total of about 5 months when they were out of their programs.
From July to November of last year, the department was in emergency response mode.
It was kind of all hands on deck for the pandemic.
Only addressing public health violations as needed. That's why new businesses like like Grace Coffee received an initial inspection when they first opened in December of 2019, but didn't get a follow-up until this year.
Those folks that had gone the longest time without a touch from us, those were the ones that we were prioritizing.
Public health officials usually re-inspect new businesses within the calendar year they open. Morgan expects they'll be back on that schedule by next year. Meanwhile, longtime owners only receive inspections after a complaint.
We've never really had them come back and said, this is, bad or unacceptable.
Which Metcalf has proudly avoided, and Grace's owners plan to as well, from here on out.
We made mistakes, but at the same time, we're here to correct them.
In Madison, Christina Laurie, News 3 Now.
Commencement speaker, a familiar face from a popular cable network.
I was asked by the UW-Madison senior class officers to deliver the commencement address this winter, December 19th, at the graduation ceremony at the Kohl Center. And I am more than honored to come back to my alma mater, to the university I love, and my favorite town to deliver the speech at your ceremony.
That is CNN Chief Congressional Correspondent Manu Raju. In a news release, it says Raju got his start in journalism as a student reporter for the Badger Herald. In the next half hour, we'll take a look at one man running the New York Marathon today for a special cause. And after the break, we take a look at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier during its 100-year anniversary this year.
Join me in the 608 weekdays on News 3 Now this morning.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is this weekend only. Rows and rows of spas, hot tubs, and swim spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only in the exhibition hall at the Alliant Energy Center, Madison.
Remember when no dream was too big? Then you could fearlessly face the unknown. You still can. When you have a rock you can depend on for life, you'll be unstoppable. Like the millions of people who rely on Prudential for financial planning and investing. Who's your rock?
At U.S. Cellular, we know the local landscape, so we can help everyone stay connected for less. And less also means more, as in more choice. While the other guys may limit your options, at U.S. Cellular, you choose any phone and we make it free. That's right, visit our store and any phone you see is free. Plus, get unlimited data for $30 a month and get the most out of our state-of-the-art network, wherever you choose to go. U.S. Cellular, America's locally grown wireless.
Those brave men and women of our armed forces, generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us. Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Call to donate today.
Celebrating 40 years of winners and readers. It's Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Taste Party. Monday, November 15th from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Edgewater. Sample food and drinks, enjoy music, and meet some of this year's winners. It's Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Taste Party. Monday, November 15th at the Edgewater. Tickets are online now. Presenting sponsor, Woolersheim Winery and Distillery. And supporting sponsors, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and Beef Butter Barbecue.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is this weekend only. Rows and rows of spas, hot tubs, and swim spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only in the exhibition hall at the Alliant Energy Center, Madison.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Checking out how we're going to be panning out for the rest of our Sundays. Going to be pretty good. As we're taking a look, we are going to be seeing some cloud cover starting to be variable throughout the course of the day. Temperatures will rise, however, as we are seeing those southerly winds blowing in some warmer air. 60s will be into the forecast for many of us in southern Wisconsin. Definitely above the unseasonably type of feel for us, but it's great. We're going to deal with it. And then as we go into Monday, we're looking for more of the same. A little bit more cloud cover as we approach our Monday afternoon, but the temperatures will be very, very similar as we stick around throughout much of our afternoon hours. But what we're keeping an eye on is not just what's happening right now, but what we're watching. We're looking for unsettled weather to be moving in with cold air as well, with rain and wintry mix. This is your first warn because we're looking at some changes coming into next week. Over to you, McKenna.
Thanks, Julie. The Tomb of the Unknown Soldier is one of the nation's most treasured and sacred sites, and this year marks its 100th anniversary, as well as an extraordinary departure from tradition. Senior investigative correspondent Catherine Harridge reports from Arlington, Virginia.
In the sacred grounds of Arlington National Cemetery, a white tomb rises above the rest, bearing this inscription: "Here rests in honored glory an American soldier known but to God."
What makes the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier so powerful?
For some families, this is the only grave that they had to visit back in the 20s, but even still today.
It's really an incredible place, right?
On this crisp autumn day, our guide is the cemetery's historian, Allison Finkelstein. This Veterans Day marks the memorial's 100th anniversary as a place of deep respect.
America has changed the ways that it remembers the war dead, from thinking about that grave as connected to World War I to now thinking about it as representing all of our nation's fallen throughout time.
Next week, an honor reserved for presidents will be available to all.
The first time in decades that the public will be able to walk out on the plaza.
Gerald Lowe, who coordinates major events at the cemetery, said there is no charge, but online reservations are required for November 9th and 10th, when history gets personal.
When we've seen the president in the past place the wreath at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, that's the same location where the public will be able to place flowers at the tomb.
So there's a real intimacy.
Absolutely. An intimacy not only for your everyday American, the American public, but anyone from around the world.
After World War I, the remains of 4 unknown service members were exhumed from 4 American cemeteries in France.
The U.S. Army went to extreme lengths to ensure that the unknown buried here in the tomb was truly one that could never be identified.
A highly decorated soldier made the selection.
On October 24th, 1921, Sergeant Edward F. Younger used a spray of white roses to indicate his choice.
And why is it so important that the unknown can never be identified?
They really wanted to make sure that anybody could connect with that soldier, and that he could have been of any race, any religion. He could have been born in the U.S., or he could have been a recent immigrant.
Crowds swelled the streets of France as the casket made its way to the USS Olympia for the transatlantic crossing to Washington, D.C., where the remains lay in state at the U.S. Capitol.
They actually opened the rotunda up to the public, and over 90,000 people came to pay their respects.
And like today, in 1921, the nation was tested, not only by armed conflict, but reeling from the 1918 Spanish flu.
The summer of 1919, there was a lot of unrest across the country. This was a turning point in American history in many ways.
Forward. Forward.
Finkelstein said memorials evolve, connecting and reconnecting generations through respect for service.
We hope it is a place of unity, and that's certainly how it was intended when they created it in 1921.
There's a half hour of news still ahead here on News 3 this morning, Sunday. Next, we're running through the morning's top stories, including the latest from Astroworld after 8 died on the festival's first night. We'll be right back.
I have worked at Huffcore for the last 36 years.
Huffcore closing the plant, moving production to Mexico.
I gave my life and my body to that place. Ron Johnson pushed through a tax law that rewards outsourcing. Companies can bring profits back from Mexico tax-free. And worse, Ron Johnson profited personally from outsourcing. He has doubled his wealth since taking office. Tell Ron Johnson to stop putting his profits above our jobs.
Sleep Life got you down? For a price that won't keep you up at night, Denver Mattress has you covered. And during the Veterans Day sale, check out the budget-friendly Summit Firm. Easy on the wallet for only $299.99. Shop our Doctor's Choice lineup and save up to $100. Or purchase any Tempur-Pedic and get a free $300 gift. Plus 5 years no interest financing and free shipping right to your door. Say goodbye to sleepless nights and shop Denver Mattress today. The easiest way to get the right mattress.
If your credit card debt is out of control, if you're in over your head in monthly payments, there's a secret the credit card companies don't want you to know. If you have more than $10,000 in credit card debt, you have the right to let us settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. That's bad news for the credit card companies, but it's great news for you. We're Credit Associates, and we're offering you free information on how to completely resolve your credit card debt with a monthly payment you can afford. To see how much you could save, call now. 1-800-914-7929. Don't declare bankruptcy. Don't consolidate. Give us 10 minutes and we could save you thousands. After all, we depend on your success and offer a guarantee so there's no risk to call. Credit Associates. Live better, debt-free. We'll even show you how to use your stimulus money to jumpstart our services and get you debt-free faster than you ever thought possible. Call Credit Associates now to see how much you could save for free. Call 1-800-914-7929.
It's time to get holiday ready with Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks. Or with Ford Explorer, America's all-time best-selling SUV. And come home in a Ford Bronco Sport. That's how you get holiday ready. Now lease America's all-time best-selling SUV, Ford Explorer, for just $389 a month, only at your local Ford dealer.
For many families, a holiday meal is simply beyond their budget. To have a Thanksgiving meal to share with their loved ones, they need your help.
You can join UW Athletics and Goodman Community Center in providing Thanksgiving meals for 4,000 families in Dane County.
Please consider a food or monetary gift so no one goes without a holiday dinner.
We're grateful for any gift you can provide.
Donate at goodmancenter.org. Thank you.
Right now, the governor is kicking off an initiative as he's 1 year away from the election. Happy Sunday and welcome to News 3 Now this morning. Now, we want to get to some breaking news overnight as 2 Wauwatosa police officers are all right after being shot Saturday evening. Police were called to the Radisson Hotel in Wauwatosa after witnesses claimed hearing shots around 10:30. While scanning the halls, the shooter fired at the officers. They were then taken to the hospital for medical treatment on non-life-threatening injuries. A suspect has been arrested in connection to the shooting, but this remains an active investigation.
And as we take a look at what we're going to be seeing for our Sunday forecast, well, waking up this morning is pretty decent. We're looking at mild conditions with those 40s as we are heading into starting off our morning hours. Beautiful sunrise for us. However, we are seeing some cloud cover in our skies. But as we're heading out the door, we're going to need some sunglasses for us, especially throughout the morning and our afternoon hours. One thing, though, it's definitely going to be up to you. But my recommendation is you're not going to really need a jacket as you're heading out the door. Maybe a long sleeve or something light, but you're definitely not going to need it as we get into the afternoon either, because as we see planning out the rest of the day, the 60s are back into our forecast once again. Very similar to what we had yesterday. Very nice and quiet conditions. However, what we're keeping an eye on is the system to our west, which is bringing in some precipitation into Montana and the Dakotas. It's beginning to stall as of right now, but will sweep across the Midwest as we get into the next few days, which will bring in some unsettled weather for us. But for right now, take advantage of the quiet and calm conditions as we see those temperatures really go into those 60s for us, especially as we head into the afternoon. We'll talk more about what else to expect coming up in a few moments. Until then, back to you, McKenna.
All right, thanks, Julian. Police in Houston are investigating the deaths at Astroworld. At least 50,000 fans were there to hear rapper Travis Scott when chaos in the crowd turned to panic. At least 8 people were killed and many more injured. CBS's Lilia Luciano is in Houston with details.
Death and disaster in Houston last night at Travis Scott's sold-out music festival. 50,000 fans were in attendance.
We had to walk over people's bodies.
Panic rippled through the crowd, causing many to surge toward the stage. Emergency crews struggled to deliver help. The hip-hop star stopped performing several times during the show, seeing the situation was increasingly dangerous.
We need somebody to help him. Somebody passed out right here.
Witnesses say what happened next was horrifying. People were so packed, they passed out. Some suffered cardiac arrest.
Everyone was just going down, people were getting trampled.
The chaos unfolded after 9 p.m., but there were early signs of trouble as amped-up fans rushed past ticket checkpoints. Tonight, police say they have not determined what caused the deadly chaos, but investigators are aware of rumors that people were injecting some of the crowd with drugs.
We do have a report of a security officer. He was reaching over to restrain or grab a citizen, and he felt a prick in his neck. When he was examined, he went unconscious. They administered Narcan.
Officials say several people were treated with Narcan, which is a spray that's used to treat overdoses. Right now, autopsies are being conducted on the 8 victims, the youngest of which was 14 years old. Lilia Luciano, CBS News, Houston.
And it might be hard to believe, but this time next year, people in Wisconsin will be heading to the polls to vote for a host of positions, including governor. That's why Governor Tony Evers is spending his weekend kicking off Wisconsin Democrats' 1 Year to Win initiative.
I believe that's why I'm standing here today as governor. The work that they did last year, this 1 year out initiative. Last year they knocked on 50,000 doors. This year we're doubling that. We hope to do 100,000, and I think we'll do it. It's a beautiful day. It's going to happen.
3 Republicans have already announced their candidacy for governor in 2022, most notably former Lieutenant Governor Rebecca Clayfish. And Democrats enjoyed a big win on the national stage Friday. President Biden is promising some results by early next year after the House passed his bipartisan infrastructure bill. But in a news conference yesterday, he says the larger impact from the $1.2 trillion package will be felt over a longer period of time.
A once-in-a-generation investment that's going to create millions of jobs, modernize our infrastructure, our roads, our bridges, our broadband, a whole range of things, to turn the climate crisis into an opportunity. And it puts us on a path to win the economic competition of the 21st century that we face with China and other large countries. And the
Democratic Congressman Mark Pocan says he's thankful the first half of the president's agenda is on his desk, and he looks forward to voting on the second half later this month. Meanwhile, Republican Congressman Brian Stile voted against the infrastructure bill Friday. He says he will continue voting against, quote, wasteful spending in Washington and protect the pocketbooks of Southeast Wisconsin families. American Airlines is giving flight attendants a bonus in an effort to prevent another operational meltdown during the holidays. According to an internal memo, American flight attendants who work during the Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's holidays will get a 150% premium. And those who have no absences between November 15th and January 2nd will get an even higher premium at 300% for the holiday hours they work. The one-time premium for peak holiday travel periods is being offered to help American Airlines meet the expected consumer demand. The airline has also been scrambling to replace the 8,000 flight attendants who were furloughed during the pandemic. Veterans Day is less than a week away, but ceremonies for the nation's holiday are already underway. Dahil Molindine joined members of Middleton's VFW for their tribute yesterday.
It's an early Veterans Day recognition.
Attend, hut. Present, home.
We just really enjoyed coming out, celebrating with the community, all the men and women who have fought so hard to provide the freedoms for this country.
Led by Middleton VFW Post 8216, the post named in honor of veteran and area native William Simon, nicknamed Sonny.
Sonny Simon had been a popular high school athlete who lettered in football, basketball, baseball, and boxing at Middleton High School.
Helping people stay connected.
It fulfills kind of my purpose of being part of this post and keeping veterans and veterans' causes up front in the community and helping other people celebrate their families' histories of service.
Giving people like Gail Bovey a chance to show her appreciation.
They've given so much for us that truly appreciating all the veterans is very important.
Sharing lessons on how to respect the American flag.
The flag should never be used as wearing apparel, bedding, or drapery.
However, a flag patch may be affixed to the uniform of military personnel, firemen, policemen, and members of the patriotic organizations.
Paying tribute to veterans, past and present.
This is the flag of our country, the United States of America. Long may it wave.
In Middleton, Tahlil Muhiddin, News 3 Now.
Middleton's VFW will be celebrating 75 years next month with an open house. Veterans Day will be observed next Thursday. And up next, more than 20 friends and family members rallied around one of their own in Mount Hope. And stick around, we'll have the story on the New York Marathon Man and more right here on News 3 Now.
When winter gets tough, get tougher. Outwork it. Outsmart it. Chew it up. Spit it back out. Put winter in its place with the X Series, engineered for extreme. Visit your local Cub Cadet dealer for expert advice, superior service, and now, exceptional financing options. Take advantage of the X Series lineup today. To find a locally owned dealer near you, visit CubCadetDealers.com.
Some days, you just don't have it. Not my uncle, though. He's taking Trulicity for his type 2 diabetes, and now he's really on his game.
Once weekly Trulicity lowers your A1C by helping your body release the insulin it's already making. Most people reached an A1C under 7%. Plus, Trulicity can lower your risk of cardiovascular events. It can also help you lose up to 10 pounds. Trulicity is for type 2 diabetes. It isn't for people with type 1 diabetes. It's not approved for use in children. Don't take Trulicity if you're allergic to it. You or your family have medullary thyroid cancer or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Trulicity and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, changes in vision, or diabetic retinopathy. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Taking Trulicity with sulfonylurea or insulin raises low blood sugar risk. Side effects include nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea, which can lead to dehydration and may worsen kidney problems. Show your world what's truly inside. Ask your doctor about once weekly Trulicity.
We protect more than the car you drive. We protect the dreams that drive you. The It's Not Where We Visit, but Who We Visit policy from American Family Insurance.
End of the road trip.
Protect yourself on the road with a travel peace of mind package, included when you enroll in the Know Your Drive program. Get a quote or find an agent at amfam.com.
People today, they could spend half their lives over 50.
What are you in for?
Cholesterol check. Cool. Make sure your health lives as long as you do. That's why the younger you are, the more you need AARP. Join today.
Big trucks can be intimidating. If you've been seriously injured in a truck crash, call Gruber Law Offices today. Trucking law can be extremely complicated. You don't want to take on the insurance company alone. Gruber Law Offices has the experience, the resources, and of course, the results. We know truck law. We know the rules and regulations. We know what it takes to win. Call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Is your credit score getting in the way of the things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit offer fast and flexible lending. Borrow up to $10,000 and choose repayment terms that work for you. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
Starting things out once again, taking a look at our current conditions here in Madison. Well, folks, we are looking pretty good. Mild conditions to start off again, 40 degrees as of right now. Some clouds are lingering, but we can see the sun is still peeking through, so make sure that you have your sunglasses because it will be blinding as you're trying to drive throughout your morning commute this morning. However, conditions are going to be fantastic, so you might not even need a jacket and or coat, maybe just a long sleeve to get yourself through the day because 60s will be swarming through the noon hour and our afternoon. But of course, the cooler conditions will start to roll in just a bit as we head into the later part of this evening. But we'll talk more about this coming up in a few moments. Over to you, McKenna.
All right, thanks, Julian. Some more local news this morning. Together we stand. That was the message in Mount Hope Saturday as more than 20 friends and family members rallied around one of their own. Anna Hansen shows us how they proved that family is more than blood.
We're so blessed. You can definitely tell that my husband and I were loved.
September 26 is one Conley will never forget. That day, she lost her husband Ron in a tragic accident. But while that day has become a somber anniversary for Conley, every day since has served as a reminder of just how many people care about her.
I have a great support system. I can make a phone call and they're right there and they've got my back.
Today, friends and family continued their outpouring of support, undertaking the task of harvesting 165 acres of corn from Conley's farm.
I have people everywhere.
Gathering at the farm at 6 a.m., a group of over 20 people started their day on combines and tractors, harvesting from 4 different areas. For this community, waking up before sunrise to help was a no-brainer. They say she and her late husband have done the same for them.
I've known Ron for about 10 years. Never said a whole lot, but you always knew he was there to help you. I think it just speaks volumes, again, of rural America. Farmers help farmers.
And while the community of volunteers hopes to keep their efforts moving for years to come,
they've just got so many friends. And I just hope that this will continue, year after year.
Year after year isn't quite fleshed out for Robin. She says she's going to take things one step at a time.
I'm just going to take one day at a time and see what it looks like in my new normal.
And while she takes those difficult steps, she can rest assured that she won't ever walk alone. In Mount Hope, Anna Hansen, News 3 Now.
Well, it's never too early to get into the holiday spirit, as Julian and I were saying. And yesterday morning, volunteers helped decorate more than 225 trees as part of the University Avenue Holiday Light Show. The lights have been going up since 1996, with organizers saying they don't just brighten the area with holiday cheer, but they also lift the spirits of all who view them.
And everybody during the holiday season loves seeing all these lights. And when we get them lit up, they're going to be so happy and bring a lot of smiles to the faces of all the people from Madison, Wisconsin. And that's what my father, who started the whole project, Jack Kammer, many years ago, that's all he wanted, was to just make everybody, give him a big smile.
You can learn more and support the annual lights tradition at universityavenueholiday.lights.com. And you're looking live over the Capitol. Julian is back with a look ahead at our work week forecast next on News 3 Now this morning.
Look Who's 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Everyone remembers the moment they heard, "You have cancer," how their world stopped, and when they found a way to face it. For some, this is where their Keytruda story begins. Keytruda, a breakthrough immunotherapy that may treat certain cancers. One of those cancers is advanced non-squamous non-small cell lung cancer, where Keytruda is approved to be used with certain chemotherapies as your first treatment if you do not have an abnormal EGFR or ALK gene.
Keytruda helps your immune system fight cancer, but can also cause your immune system to attack healthy parts of your body. This can happen during or after treatment and may be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have cough, shortness of breath, chest pain, diarrhea, severe stomach pain or tenderness, severe nausea or vomiting, headache, light sensitivity, eye problems, irregular heartbeat, extreme tiredness, constipation, dizziness or fainting, changes in appetite, thirst or urine, confusion or memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, fever, rash, itching or flushing. These are not all the possible side effects. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions, including immune system problems, or if you've had an organ transplant, had or plan to have a stem cell transplant, or have had radiation to your chest area or a nervous system condition.
Today, Keytruda is FDA approved to treat 16 types of advanced cancer and is being studied in hundreds of clinical trials, exploring ways to treat even more types of cancer. It's true. Keytruda from Merck. See the different types of cancer Keytruda is approved to treat at Keytruda.com and ask your doctor if Keytruda can be part of your story.
Welcome to the lifestyles of the smart and savvy. When it comes to saving money, the Marshalls are masterful. But back in the day, that was not the case. Today, savings is what drives them. That's why they chose Consumer Cellular.
You live and learn.
They get the same premium coverage as the nation's leading carriers for half the cost. Imagine talk, text, and data starting at $20 a month. Plus, AARP members get exclusive discounts. Switch today and get $100.
You protected our rights, preserved our freedom. You may have even risked your life for us. Now, it's our turn to fight for you. Your local Wisconsin emergency, energy, and housing assistance providers, and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund reward the service of our veterans with rental and energy support in their time of crisis. Apply today to get the fresh start you've earned.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Welcome back and happy Sunday, everyone. And a gorgeous weekend we've already had so far, and it's going to be ending on a high note once again. We're waking up this morning with 40 degrees as of right now here in Madison. A bit of cloud cover as we're starting things off, but at least the sun is still shining for us as we're getting things rolling. So you're definitely going to need some sunglasses as you're getting your day started, because you are going to be looking at some sun rays that will be peeking through some of those thin layers of cloud cover. Now, for the jacket, however, you're not probably going to need it, because we are looking for those temperatures to increase pretty quickly as we approach the noon hour. And heading into the afternoon, as we can see, it's going to be pretty gorgeous. We're looking at 60s once again to close out for our Sunday. And as we're going into this evening, we're still holding on to some cooler conditions, as some clouds will still stick around into our skies. Now, we are dealing with some more dry conditions, as the high pressure is still dominating much of the upper Midwest. However, what we're keeping our eye on is the system over into the west, which is already starting to bring some precipitation into Wyoming, Montana, and leaking into the North Dakota, which will begin to sweep across the United States as we get into the next few days. But for right now, we're looking at dry conditions. Nothing on our radar as of right now. And then as we get into what we're going to be seeing throughout the rest of the day, it's going to be gorgeous outdoor weather once again. A bit on the breezier side, especially for us here in Madison and Monroe, as those southerly winds will still be bringing in warmer temperatures as we're into those lower and middle 60s. As we get into the rest of the afternoon, cloud cover will be varying as we approach the rest of this evening. And as we get into our Monday, the good news is we're looking for another very similar day as it was for today. So we're looking for great outdoor-like conditions for us for the next 2 days. But what we're going to look at is not just these 2 days, but we are going to be seeing some changes of some unsettled weather on the way as we approach our Tuesday. Looking at some rain chances that will start to move into southern Wisconsin. But then we're going to be looking at another wave coming in from Wednesday to Thursday, as we're looking at rain to really blanket much of the Wisconsin area. And then as we go into the weekend, that's where we're looking for temperatures to really start to drop into some colder conditions with 40s and 30s. And that's where we're going to be looking at wintry mixes to really start to peak in from Friday even into our Saturday, and could be leaking into Sunday, where we could be seeing some precipitation as well. But our highest chance of seeing precipitation is for Thursday. Dry conditions until Tuesday, and then we're going to be looking at precipitation to really be a slight chance, or even a chance, and even some scattered conditions for us as we go into our Thursday throughout the most part of our weekend. So that's one thing we're going to keep an eye on, because the temperatures are going to be great from Sunday to Monday. Then we're going to start to cool down, heading closer and closer to some seasonable conditions. Then that cold front is going to be really hitting us as we get into Friday into next weekend, where we're looking at some rain chances, and those 30s are going to be coming in, and on top of it, we are going to be seeing some wintry mixes. So as we talked about before, McKenna, this weekend is much more of the fall-like feel still, even though we want to decorate for Christmas. Just not yet. The deck the halls type of weather is definitely coming. Just wait one more week.
I'm looking forward to it. Thanks, Julian. The New York Marathon is today. CBS News' Dana Jacobson met with a man running for a foundation that's special to him. Check it out.
Time is a concept.
Running alongside Tom McGrath on Thursday in Central Park was just a glimpse into his road ahead.
Am I slowing you?
No, this is fine, Dan.
So what's the plan for you?
Well, it's actually one day at a time, Dana.
The 71-year-old is on course to hit 100 miles in 4 days' time when he crosses the finish line of Sunday's New York City Marathon in an effort to raise money for the Tunnel to Towers Foundation.
They do amazing work for the people that served our country, that fought for America.
Last month in McGrath's East Side bar, the Black Sheep, we sat down to talk.
I was deployed to Afghanistan.
He told me one of the foundation's commercials struck a chord, a veteran describing his daily struggle.
It was hard having everybody change their lifestyle to take care of me.
He said the hardest thing that he had to do was to call his children to pick him off the bathroom floor. He wasn't able to get off the floor. That hurt me deep down. There's many a time I called my wife and daughter to pick me off the bathroom floor, but I was drunk. He fought for our country. What a difference.
McGrath is a recovering alcoholic. His constant tug-of-war between his battle with alcoholism and his love of running is detailed in a new documentary, Saved by My Feet. McGrath gained international fame as an ultra runner.
57-year-old bar owner set off to break the world's long-distance jogging record.
In 1977, he crossed the U.S. in a record 53 days, 7 minutes. And a few years later, ran his Irish homeland in 7 days.
Do you ever feel like giving in? Every 5 minutes.
Over time, the alcohol won out.
And there was many a morning, even here in this bar, that I'd be standing here by myself, maybe at 6 o'clock and 7 o'clock in the morning, not gone home yet, and I'd see joggers going by the window. That would break my heart. I knew I was doing wrong. I really knew deep down in my heart and soul, I knew I should be out there on that road.
In 2010, doctors told McGrath he had a week to live. His liver was failing.
My daughter said to me, "Dad, your eyes are yellow." My wife said to me, "Don't die on me." That's a heavy statement. It didn't register with me. That's part of being an alcoholic.
Drinking what he estimates was a quart a day at the time, McGrath says it was the words of his doctor that finally got through.
He says, "The next fall you take could be your last. You won't come off the ground. They'll put you 6 foot under. Is that the way you want to end your life?" And I looked at him and I said, "Say it again, Doug." He says, "The next fall you take could be your last fall. You won't get off the ground." That is a major part of my recovery there.
Part of McGrath's journey to sobriety included a return to running. He was determined to use his athletic ability to help more than just himself.
Running, keep going, come on, come on.
Running for charity.
When you run long distance like I do, the body gets tired, the muscles get sore, and the mind gets weak. But you're helping somebody. You think of those kids that I was running for, and they don't know what the word is to give up, because they're fighting to live. And you think of them, I can't stop now.
It's estimated that McGrath has run upwards of 200,000 miles, even earning an unforgettable nickname.
Now, just entering the stadium is an Irishman who has been dubbed the real-life Forrest Gump.
Is it trading one addiction, in a sense, for another?
Well, I like that.
A much healthier addiction, I would say.
I like calling running an addiction, yes. When I get up in the morning, I'm planning the next day's run.
Yeah.
Not today, I'm planning tomorrow. Maybe a wee bit of an addiction, yeah, but it's a good one.
And it's why he's still running, despite a year which could have easily sent McGrath back to the bottle, one which included the pandemic and his wife's lung cancer diagnosis.
The business was closed. My wife's in hospital, diagnosed with cancer. No business, no money, no nothing coming in. And running then was put in the back burner. My 100-mile run was still in my head. And I couldn't tell anybody, just myself and the man above. I couldn't tell anybody because you can't go away running and leave your wife with cancer to defend for herself.
Right.
So it was one hell of a year for not just me, but for the whole world, actually.
For you, though, in what you have gone through, will this run, do you think, feel sweeter, different?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
This is the run of my life.
It is beautiful here.
Yeah.
You told me a few weeks ago that this was going to be the run of your life.
Yeah, started and it'll finish. I know. God's good. He's in charge from here on in.
Make News 3 part of your weekly routine by downloading the Channel 3000 app for the latest headlines and weather conditions 24/7. First, though, we'll take a look at an art exhibit meant to attract those who suffer from color blindness. Stick around.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is this weekend only. Rows and rows of spas, hot tubs, and swim spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only in the exhibition hall at the Alliant Energy Center, Madison.
Cunol turmeric supports healthy joints and inflammation response. Unlike regular turmeric, Cunol's superior absorption helps you get the full benefits of turmeric. Cunol, the better turmeric.
At Denver Mattress, we believe a little tranquility goes a long way. So add a little tranquility into your sleep with the Colorado mattress. Packed with over 500 individually wrapped coils and made in the USA at our very own Denver Mattress Factory, the Colorado mattress is the perfect combination of comfort and value. Visit your local local Denver mattress today and take one home for only $499.99. The Colorado mattress only at Denver Mattress. The easiest way to get the right mattress.
The holidays are doubly important this year, so make your celebrations doubly special with our award-winning cave-aged Maurice cheese. Pick and save. Hey, you're right, we can't stop now. Let's take the special up a level with fresh, never frozen prime beef. Still not special enough? Add some surf to that turf with our sustainably caught seafood. Turn your taste buds up to 11 and have a doubly special holiday with Pick and Save. Fresh for everyone.
Sometimes family is the one you make. Where there's love, there's family. Ritz, a taste of welcome.
It's easier than ever to get quality health insurance plans on healthcare.gov. Thanks to COVID relief, now 4 out of 5 people can get a plan for $10 or less, including checkups, cancer screenings, and more. I'm Nick, a health insurance expert at a nonprofit in Wisconsin. There are people like me in your area who provide free help to sign up and get the best deals for you. If you couldn't afford a plan before, it's time to look again. Act now to get these new prices. Call 211 to find an expert near you or visit WISC-cover.com.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is this weekend only. Rows and rows of spas, hot tubs, and swim spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only in the exhibition hall at the Alliant Energy Center, Madison.
A nonprofit sprouts from a local mom's grief over her infant's devastating diagnosis. Josh Spreiter shows you how Asher's gift box is helping other families cope.
And the weather pattern changes next week. We'll have that Monday morning from 4:30 to 7.
News 3 Now's Call for Action has settled hundreds of area consumer disputes, but we can't do it without our dedicated team of volunteers. Would you like to join us? Contact Call for Action by phone or visit channel3000.com to fill out an application now.
A very colorful art exhibit in Mesa, Arizona is going to attract an unlikely crowd, people that are colorblind. The experience includes a pair of glasses that expands the color spectrum. Check it out.
Oh, that's a trip.
The Mesa Contemporary Arts Museum now offers color accessibility.
I did not think there were that many colors in this.
The exhibit uses Enchroma glasses, which use a light filtering technique to help guests affected by red-green color vision deficiency. Those who have it only see about 10% of the normal color spectrum, and many colors appear dull, muted, or difficult to discern.
Trying to explain what I'm seeing to somebody else who's seen something completely different, it can get frustrating.
Two of the first people to try the glasses were Bodie and Soren Wallace.
That's green, but yeah, so you usually see it as yellow.
The brothers are both colorblind, which means they had never seen their dad's paintings as they really are.
We didn't know that our sons were colorblind until more recently, so I've always been painting with bright colors and was surprised that they couldn't see them like I can see them.
The sky's more red. It feels much better.
The exhibit actually has these glasses available to anyone who comes to see the artwork, whether or not they're colorblind.
I see yellow.
Vicki Wildermuth works at the museum. Her colorblindness makes it hard for her to even discern streetlights or signs.
I'm in hopes that it opens up a whole new world for me, because I do tend to shy away from a lot of the exhibits.
Putting on the glasses opened up a whole new world for her.
That is seriously wicked.
The colorful exhibits will be up until January.
I'm seeing darker colors.
It looks brown, but it's purple, not all one big.
Of multiple reds.
But the glasses will be available for guests indefinitely.
It's magical, kind of, you know, it's like this really special thing.
Now here's Julian Searett with one final check of your Sunday forecast.
Well, definitely soak in these 60s while we have it, folks, because this looks to be our last weekend with 60-degree temperatures, and it's going to be into the close to the mid-60s for us as well. 64 degrees looks to be our high. We're going to be having a variation of cloudiness throughout much of today, but it will be mild and a little bit breezy too from the southwest. But we are looking at that unsettled weather pattern as we're looking for rain and then wintry mixes and some cold air, which is going to be heading into next weekend. More deck the hall-like weather coming into next weekend. McKenna.
I'm looking forward to that. Thanks, Julian, and thanks for joining us this morning. Have a great Sunday, everyone.